first time here, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. It's been a long 11 months. Well, yeah, 11 months about then. It's been a long 11 months because my last video was uploaded on 10 months ago. So yes. And today I have a new title. I am a mama. It's not just a wife anymore. Now I'm a mom. It's been a long 1 year, I must say. Like, it's crazy how much can happen in a year. Like, life can change drastically for the good. Amen to that. For the good in a year. A lot has happened in a year. Oh my God. If anyone had told me last year that this is gonna happen, I would be like, I doubt that. But now I shouldn't be doubting anything because a lot has happened in a year for me, and it's just been a year full of ups and downs. But at the end of the day, I am so grateful for the gift of motherhood and parenthood. It's been hard but so beautiful, and I promise I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. Like, I would not change having my son for anything in the world. On the 25th of July, I had my baby boy Emmanuel Ifeoluwa Kenton St. John. Currently he is almost 11 weeks old. So he's gonna be 3 months on the 24th of October. Isn't that crazy? It's like poof. I'm like, damn, I have a 3-month-old. I have been doing parenthood for 3 months, like, ladies and gentlemen, and I have survived it. Like, I wouldn't have thought I would survive it, but I have. And yes, I posted a few questions on my Instagram and my WhatsApp, and a question box, telling people to ask me questions, just because I feel like there's not enough said about postpartum, especially from Black people, really. I feel like, especially Nigerians in general, Africans in general, like, we just, after the baby's born, everyone just be like, oh, you should be grateful, you have this gift, you should be thankful. A lot of people are looking for babies and blah, blah, blah. And I am so grateful. Like I said, I wouldn't change having him. I wouldn't change anything about him. He's a perfect little human. And the fact that he grew inside of me for 9 months is just mind-blowing. So I am so grateful for this baby. And I just feel like people should share more about parenthood, more about postpartum, because it's like, it's hard. It's hard, people. I gotta say, it's not easy. It is hard. It's a lot of work, but I've been able to do it, and I just wanted to see what people are curious about, what people think it is after having a baby. And I got quite a few questions, some very private, but I am always an open book. Like, I like to answer questions. I like to tell people what it really is. Like, I hate hiding. I hate people who, when you ask them questions, they're just not telling you the truth about it, or they're just telling you, just be thankful, or, you know, I'm just so thankful. Yes, we are thankful. I'm thankful to be alive. I'm thankful to have a baby, because it's a lot. But I am also going to share my experience throughout the last 1 year, I would say 10 months, really. Having a baby and what it feels like. Today we're gonna be focusing more on, you know, what happens after having a baby. Maybe I'll do a video on labor and delivery, because I got induced, so I did not go into labor naturally, which is very different from going into labor naturally. A little bit intense, but I don't know what to compare it to, because I've never had a baby before. This is my first child, so I don't know how to compare it to going into labor naturally. But yeah, it was a lot. So I have my questions here, and like I said, quite a few questions. I'm not like one of the celebrities that have 1,000 questions. I literally only got, I think, 10 questions, and 7 out of those 10 are people that I know, and the other 3 are like some random people on Instagram that, you know, had questions, which, like I said, I am gonna answer everything. So the first question was, how was the first few days after you left the hospital? So, fun fact, I don't even know why I was in the hospital for that long, because after I had the baby, I was good. They did all the checkup and everything. They checked if it was okay. They checked if I was okay. Obviously, we did a lot of blood work. He was good. I was good. But I was in the hospital from like literally Friday. I was in early labor all day Friday. I went into active labor Saturday night. And then I had him Saturday morning by 10:54 a.m. after an hour of pushing people, almost an hour of pushing. It was intense. So obviously in the hospital, you get all this help. The nurses will check up on me literally every 2 hours to make sure I know how to feed the baby, to make sure that the baby's doing okay, to make sure I'm doing okay, if I need anything. So, being in the hospital was kind of good because you get all the help you need from people who know what they're doing. At least I would hope they all know what they're doing at the hospital. So when we got home, it was like, oh my God, we are responsible for this human. Like, we have to take care of this human. So it was a bit rough because I thought all this while actually that I had a 2nd-degree tear, but when I went on to my profile, it says I had a 1st-degree tear, but either one, I had a tear. That's the most important thing. And the first few days was hard moving around. It was painful, so it was hard to sit. I had to get up and what I actually preferred doing when I got home was walking around because it was really hard to sit down. It was really hard to get up, and on top of that, I had to breastfeed the baby, so it was really hard. My husband was very supportive. My mom couldn't make it here, so that was also hard because it would have been nicer if I had my mom. But now that I think about it, it's perfect because I wanted to experience motherhood with very little help. I know that sounds weird, but that's what I wanted. I wanted the help to be from my husband, and I wanted us to just do it together and kind of get a routine going. So yes, the first few days was pretty intense. It was pretty hard. It was a lot to handle, but hey, I did it. I'm here. It's been 3 months. I'm healed. I'm chilling. There's something else to worry about and not about the tear. It's so crazy how birth is because you like push the freaking human out of you and like everything just shrinks back. I'm just amazed. Like, obviously I've had a lot of people, my aunties had babies, taking care of so many babies and whatnot, but it's so different when you experience it. It's totally not the same. Like, yeah, not the same. And everyone's birth and everyone's delivery is different. So the first few days was hard. Point blank period. It was hard. Is breastfeeding that hard? This person didn't mean to be like rude or anything about the question. She was just curious about it. Breastfeeding is hard. Breastfeeding is hard. I took a lactation class and I saw my lactation consultant twice and did everything, got a new breastfeeding pillow for everything. My baby had a tongue tie, so it was even more difficult for him to latch. And the first few days after I came back from the hospital, I did get engorged. So that was also, oh my God, the most pain. Like, that's like having another baby. It was freaking painful. But after a few days, it went away, but it was still very difficult for my baby to latch. So we decided to just go the pumping route. So I feel like I want to say I'm exclusively pumping pretty much, but I breastfeed once in a while, mostly in the night because I don't know, maybe he's just lazy, maybe he just got so used to bottle, he's just not latching long enough. Like, he latches on my boobs for 5 minutes and he's over it, and then I have to give him bottle, which is like such a waste of time for me. Not a waste of time, but it's just so much work. If he wants bottle, I'd rather just pump and give him bottle so that I don't have to breastfeed him first and then bottle feed him, and I have to do that every 2 to 3 hours. So I feel like that's a lot of work. Pumping worked perfectly great for us. It gives me the opportunity to get rest because my husband can bottle feed him. Anyone can bottle feed him. He takes the bottle from anybody. My sister bottle feed him when she came. My best friend bottle feed him when she came. My mother-in-law bottle feeds him. So it's like easy on me. So I feel like it's such a blessing in disguise because it's been so easy for me to pump and just give it to him. And at the first few weeks, I was so mad and just not happy because pumping is also not an easy job because you have to pump, put it in the bottle, and then warm it up and feed him, and it was just a lot of work. And I was like, oh my God, I'm drinking all this pap, drinking oatmeal, drinking all this, and I'm not still getting enough breast milk. So that kind of made me sad, but now I'm getting too much and I'm like way over it. But I'm still so grateful because I know a lot of women struggle with milk production. So, and now, as of now, I do not have that problem. Like, I pump every 2 hours, 3 hours. And I get pretty much like 10 ounces of milk, so every pump. And I have 350 something ounces of milk in my freezer. I literally had to buy a new freezer because I had so much breast milk. And I'm so grateful. I cannot complain. I can't tell you what I'm doing right, but I think frequent pumping has been helping a lot more. Drinking a lot of water, obviously. But the whole pap, I mean, I drink pap once in a while. I drink oatmeal once in a while. I drink yogurt once in a while. But I don't think that really has anything to do with my milk production, but who knows? That's what a lot of people say, so it might be why. The next question is, did you ever have occasional feelings that Emmanuel was still in you? Absolutely not. Like, when he came out of me, I felt some sense of relief. Oh my God. Like, the first thing I just said was, oh my God, my baby, just like crying, my baby, and then put him on my chest for a little bit. But then I think he had like fluid in his nose, so they took him back from me and sucked that out of his nose and then gave him back to me. And right away I was feeding him because he came out starving. I mean, this boy was sucking on his hand so hard. I breastfed him, and obviously I still looked very pregnant the first few days, and I wasn't really sad about it because I knew that I just carried a human inside of me. So the last thing I was worried about is what I looked like. I had no problem looking pregnant the first few days. But literally a week after, I was pretty much great, you know, thanks to my mom, Jean, I guess. A week after that, I was pretty much back to my pre-pregnancy weight. But the first few days, I was really swollen. Apparently, you get water retention after having a baby because I got an IV. So I was swollen. Like, my feet were like 4 times bigger than they were during pregnancy. Everything was just swollen. My face, my feet, everything was so swollen, and I looked incredibly pregnant. But at that point, I wasn't really thinking about that. I was just so grateful that my baby was fine and I was doing great also. And the next question is, do you wish your mom was here? Absolutely. It would have been nicer to have my mom here, obviously, because she probably would have helped one way or another, you know, even letting me sleep longer, even if I'm not a big sleeper, letting me sleep longer, probably cooking. But before I went into labor, before I got induced, I was so over being pregnant. I was overdue. So I gave myself the job of just prepping. So I had pretty much 4 different kind of food in my freezer, which helped out a ton. Like, that's one advice I would give anyone, is to just meal prep. You know, if you have the energy, meal prep. If you don't have the energy, buy some meal and just freeze it. It makes the first few days so much easier on you. So that was really nice, just having food and not having to worry about it. That's something that if my mom was here, she would have been so helpful with things like that, helping me carry the baby and giving the baby the African style, you know, bath and all that stuff. Thankfully, my pastor's wife was able to do that for me. My pastor was able to give the baby an African bath, which was nice, just to get the experience. And I did it once in a while, but I really didn't do it all the time. I'm not doing it anymore. I just give him a normal bath now. So yeah, my mom being here would have been really nice, but you know, life goes on. Hopefully she'd get to be here soon to see her grandson before he grows, before he gets older or whatnot. But yeah. The next question is, what does it feel like taking care of your first child without much help? So I answered this question right away to the person because I don't even know the person who sent it, but it was an Instagram question. And I told the person that, you know, I don't feel like I don't have much help, truthfully. Having a child for me is a very, very serious thing. And I prepared my mind mentally, physically, emotionally, because I knew that the first few days, like I said, was really overwhelming, was really hard. Just a lot of emotions going through my head and my husband's head. So I know people think like men don't do anything, but my husband was my rock through it all, through pregnancy, through labor and delivery, and even now, like I cannot even imagine doing this without him. So I feel like I have all the help I need. My mother-in-law has been great. If I need help, I can always call her, you know, to be like, I need help. My auntie came from New York the first few days, so that was also great. Having someone that was family around me was awesome. My sister visited a few weeks ago. My best friend just left a few weeks ago also. So I have all the help I need, and thank God. I'm just so grateful that I have this in the back of my head. I just lay it all to God. Like when I feel stressed, I just lay it all to him, and he has been there for me, and I have such a great support system, so I don't feel like I don't have much help at all. At all. So that answers your question. The next question is, what is life after having a baby? Life after having a baby is different. Like, people will be like, oh, it just, the only difference is now we have a baby. No, life after having a baby is a lot to handle. It's like, I'm a first time mom. Thankfully, I've been around so many pregnant women and women who just had babies, my aunties and all that. So I'm not like, oh, like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, because I don't and I do. So life after having a baby has been different. I just feel a sense of, I am responsible for a human. It's my job to raise him right. It's my job to teach him right from wrong. It's my job to be there for him, to smile with him. It's just a lot, but I'm taking it a day at a time. I'm gonna do my best, and that's all I can do. I pray about doing my best. I pray that God gives me the physical energy, the emotional energy, the psychological energy, spiritual energy to raise a child that's, that's worth, a child that's worth, just to raise a good child, pretty much. And yeah, life after baby is different, but I'm so grateful that I'm doing this and doing it with so much happiness and joy in my heart. I wouldn't change it for the world. And it's been great, but it's been different. And some days are harder than others, but glory be to God, I'm doing it. Okay, this was one question that got me kind of mad, I guess, just irritated, because people don't know how to mind their business. But hey, if I'm putting my business out there, you guys probably you guys can probably ask the questions, I guess. Did you get married because you were pregnant? No. So I got married in September 11. And yes, apparently I was pregnant, and I didn't even know I was pregnant. Found out when I was 7 weeks, I think. And I was not ready to have a baby, obviously. So I was really hard on myself the first few days, and I didn't even tell my husband at first. I bought I think I took like 11 pregnancy tests, including some from dollar store, obviously, but because pregnancy tests are expensive. And then I found out I was pregnant, and then I remember showing my husband, because I bought him a birthday gift, and the birthday gift didn't come to like almost the end of November. So I had to show him his gift. It came the day that it came 2 days after I found out I was pregnant. So it was perfect time. Showed him his gift and then gave him the pregnancy test. And obviously he cried. He was excited. It was a lot for both of us, because we were not planning to have kids the next 2 years. I wanted to graduate and all, we had plans. We've talked about what we wanted and we had plans, but God said, you don't plan nothing. You could plan, but I am the one who makes everything come to pass. So this is his will for us. He trusts us with raising a child. He believes we can do it, and we're doing it. How does he feel being a mom? Oh, it's a lot being a mom. I mean, it's been 3 months, and it's a lot already. I cannot even imagine what the next 18 years is going to be like. It's been a lot. It's made me realize that women are just incredible beings. Like, we are incredible. Like, our body is amazing, and it's just mind-blowing how crazy it is. Like, it just makes me realize how much we deserve. You don't deserve less, sis. You do not deserve less. You're worth everything, and God knows that you would be, if you choose to be a mom, would be great at it. It's never a mistake. Never, ever a mistake. So I'm so grateful to be a mom to Emmanuel. He is such a perfect little human. I love that boy so much. Like, I never knew my heart could love someone this much. Like, I could be sleep deprived and then put him in his bassinet, and then you see me awake the next minute. Instead of me to go to sleep, I'm right by his bassinet, just sometimes crying, sometimes thinking, sometimes praying over him. It's just crazy how much I could love someone. I mean, I love my husband to death, but I love this boy so much more. And it's just crazy how much more space I thought my heart is already like covered with love, but my heart has so much more space, so much more to hold, and it's just amazing. Some days are hard, but I know God trusted me with this. He knows I can do it, and he's going to give me everything I need to do it. So I am looking and excited for the next 18 years and for all the laughter and cries and ups and downs. I am so excited for it all. I cannot wait. Yeah, so motherhood is a big change that sometimes some days are harder than other days, but I'm loving it so far. That's all I can say. The next question is from my friend who said, how is sex after baby? Well, I am currently 11 weeks postpartum, so I was actually cleared on my 4th week. I went to the hospital, which is so crazy. You carry a baby for 9 months, and then 4 weeks later, they're clearing you to do everything. They're clearing you to have sex. They're clearing you to go back to exercise and just go back to your normal life. And I find it too early. So obviously, the first time was painful. That's all I could say. But I'm sure it's gonna get better. And it was one thing I was so afraid of, because a lot of people, like, one thing I try not to do during my entire pregnancy is let people kind of pressure me with their own fear. I try to not be around people like that. Anyone that's negative, I try not to be around them. Obviously, I know that there's a lot of change that comes with being pregnant and having a baby, but I wanted to, everyone experience is different. Just because I'm telling you what I experienced doesn't mean you're going to go through the same thing. Everyone's experience is definitely different. So first time was painful. It's getting better, but it was painful. Yeah, that's really, I don't know how about putting my private life out there, but you know, that's it for that question pretty much. The next question is, how is PP in general? PP is postpartum. So how is life after having a baby in general? Life after having a baby is different. Life after having a baby has its ups and downs, good and bad days. But I'm so thankful to have my husband, because he's been my rock. Like, the entire month of October, he's off. So we've been just bonding with our baby and getting to know him. And he's growing so fast. Like, I look at his pictures and I'm just like, oh my God, how did you grow so fast? Like, you were born yesterday. How can you be almost 3 months old? How can you be blabbing and talking all day long? How can you be raising your head stable? How can you be, rolling? It's just, oh my God, it's crazy how much they grow and how fast they grow. Enjoy every moment, mama. Like, I try not to stress about the little things, like my house not being clean, dishes not being done, all the little things. I'm just soaking up every moment. And by the way, you can never spoil a baby. Like, I hear a lot of people be like, oh, don't carry him too much, you're gonna no, he doesn't know anything. What do you mean spoil a baby? I'm gonna carry my baby as much as I want to. I don't care if I'm spoiling him. If that's what you guys call spoiling, then it's okay, I'll spoil him. So yeah, it's been great. It's been a lot. It's been fun. It's been sad. It's been hard. It's been everything. But I'm so, like I said, I'm so grateful. I have the support system that I need. Postpartum is not easy at all. Bleeding for 4 weeks, all the pains, all the emotion, all the hormones going off, And then there's the worst thing is the constipation after having a baby. Oh my God. No one ever told me that. All my life, I've never had constipation. Like, I'm that one of those people that have a fast metabolism. Like, constipation after having a baby was awful. I literally had to go on a better diet with a lot of fiber, a lot of water. And I recently started exercising and I take a walk every day. So that has been, helping me a lot. But yeah, damn, like, the constipation was not fun at all, especially for the first 6 weeks, pretty much. It was not fun. But then again, I grew an entire human, so I wasn't expecting postpartum to be fun, but I wasn't expecting it to be that hard. But it's great to have that experience. It's absolutely important to have a great support system. I don't care who it is. It could be your friend, your doctor, you could have a therapist, you could have your mom, your husband. You just need support. You definitely need support. And don't even feel like you have a lot of hormones going on and this minute you're happy, this minute you're sad, this minute it's very normal. It's just pregnancy and having a baby, childbirth is a lot. So your hormones are just all over the place. But I promise you, there's something I have to tell you, it's going to get better. If it's breastfeeding that works for you, go for it. If it's bottle feeding that works for you, go for it. If it's formula that works for you, go for it. Whatever works for you, go for it. Like, no one loves your baby more than you do. So whatever you do, trust me, I'm sure it's the best decision for your baby and for your mental health. So do whatever makes you happy. And if you do it and it doesn't work, drop it and try something else. Trust me, it gets better as time goes on. It definitely does. And just remember the fact that you carried a whole human inside of you. Boy, it's a whole human being. My baby was almost 9 pounds, so he was not a small baby. He was 8 pounds 9 ounces, 21 inches long, and his head circumference was 36 centimeters, I think. So he was not a small baby. Still not a small baby, but you could do it, mama. You got this, mama. It's good. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a struggle, but you're gonna get through it. Yeah, so this is my short video. Very short, but not very short. I'm sure I've been blabbing a lot. I've definitely missed YouTubing, so I'm probably gonna be doing this a little more than usual, a little more often. Fingers crossed. If you guys want me to do a labor and delivery chit chat, please let me know. I have a few videos my husband recorded. He couldn't keep recording because I was in so much pain. He didn't find recording funny at all, so he just gave up on it and concentrated on me. But I do have a few videos that I would love to share. Let me know if you want me to shoot a labor and delivery video. I'm also going to try to shoot a video about taking care of a baby in a day, like a day with 24 hours with a baby. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys like this video. If you have any more questions, please do not forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. All the support means a lot for me. I need the zeal to keep going on, and you guys are going to be the person gingering me. So please do not forget to like, comment, like, subscribe, and share. You guys have a great week. It's Wednesday already, so have a great week. And yeah, bye.